Hey Taurus, this is your November 2021 soul story. Bridges of possibility are going to be opening up all the way through the month of November, but you're going to have to find the courage to walk over them. So my name is Romy, welcome to my channel. If you have a sun rising or your moon is in the sign, then this is a general reading and we're going to break the energies down. We're going to give you some key astrological dates to look out for so that you feel more empowered to navigate your way through the next few weeks. So we're into Scorpio season, which is your mirror energy 7th house of relationships. And the big news on the table for you in November, Taurus, is that we are going to be moving into the eclipse energy. The lunar full moon in your sign is coming in on the 19th, and it heralds really a time for the next couple of years where you're going to be working with your Dharma, you're going to be tuning into the highest expression of your destiny, and that's going to bring about major revolution and change. You're going to be stretched superly powerfully out of your comfort zone and taken to, exceptional new heights in awareness and understanding about yourself. And we open up the reading with the Five of Wands because understandably, I think there's going to be a little bit of resistance that emerges for you this month. We talk about these bridges of possibility that are going to be cropping up. What does that mean? There's an accelerated level of change that's taking place right now. Scorpio season is delivering it with a complete sense of transparency. We have all of the planets now in a direct motion after the retrograde season, and that's bringing about a sense of clarity, but there's a requirement to act and to act with haste and to really start to take back control of different areas of your life that you have felt perhaps have been slipping through your fingers. And so as these bridges, these portals of energy open up for you, then, it's going to be down to you to kind of galvanize and find the strength, the wherewithal to kind of overcome what that contradiction or that conflict might be, and actually to take the next move. Now, she has a series of players kind of working out on the chessboard here as to what the right strategic move is. A suggestion to say that there's an awful lot of politics, I think, that are also going to be playing out for you through the course of November. Now, 7th house energy, of course, impacts on our relationships, and it's all relationships in our world right now. And so there will be showing you perhaps disowned aspects of the self. And what we're really inviting you to do this month, Taurus, is to actually make peace with your own story. 7 of Cups suggests you're feeling perhaps a little bit confused about some aspect of that right now. What we need to do is we need to kind of embrace and really allow ourselves to kind of accept the imperfection, the grittiness, the realness, the rawness of some areas in our life where we might be looking towards and kind of feeling dissatisfied or feeling less than or somehow disempowered by, because the new moon that comes in Scorpio on the 4th of the month opposite Uranus is going to bring about a profound breakthrough coming in at 12 degrees. Now, 7 of Cups to me suggests there's choices, but the choices that are coming through, the options, like I said, bridges of possibility showing up all over the place to help you in the transitional time, are also going to feel somewhat uncomfortable. So maybe the bit of the mantra that needs to be with you through the course of November, Taurus, is time to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Making peace with your story, making peace with what is really going to allow for the transformation to start to come in. So what you're also going to start to see is people showing up that are meant to be in your life, that are meant to be with you on this next part of the journey. But that also means that there might be some departures. So again, getting really accepting and open to there being parts of your life that are going to fall away and start to dissolve, and not trying to question that, so that you can actually allow yourself to be free. Your wings are already grown here. We want to release you from the cage. You're moving forward. We're stretching your horizons and expanding you into a new place of possibility. You're not meant to continue to be the backbone to everybody else's journey right now. And honestly, what you might be finding as well through the course of November is that you're seeing people all around you doing what's best for them. And so what we're going to say to you is don't be mad by that. Don't be frustrated by it. Take it as a sign that right now you are meant to be doing what is best for you. And that might mean that you have to walk away, that you have to let go. You have to release things that are even working for you because you deserve more. And that might mean even walking it alone for a short period of time until the right people come back into your journey. Now, judgment comes in with this time of rebirth. Of course, we're in scorpionic energy, and it wants to get to the heart of things. It's going to take you all the way down to the root cause of so many issues that you feel are unresolvable, and it's going to give you the opportunity to come to a decisive point of understanding that says, okay, if I can't figure this out, if I'm at an impasse, there is still a choice to make in this situation. What is going to free me? What is going to release me? Mercury in Scorpio coming in on the 5th of the month brings a layer of transparency, so you'll know exactly what people's agendas are throughout the course of this month. And I think that's going to be really important, both personally and professionally. Venus is also going to move into Capricorn on the 5th. Of course, Venus ruling our money, our value consciousness. It's connected into our love relationships. And in Capricorn, we have high expectations, but we're looking for serious commitment. Yeah, there's an emotional detachment and an aloofness that can sometimes come in a little bit with this sign, but it's a fellow earth energy, so it does supportively work with you. Now, a heads up, Venus is going to be going retrograde in Capricorn in December, January, but you'll start to feel the shadow of it from the 18th of the month. So, you're going to get a clear indication in the early part of November of the type of themes that you're going to be working in. With relation to some of those closest relationships and your sense of value and how that's impacting on your security emotionally, fiscally. So we have this desire to want to commit to things more wholeheartedly. And, the 7th house energy is going to have you starting to explore, well, who can help me? Who is available? Like, who do I need to connect to or reach out to? And, Mercury in Scorpio again is like beautiful spiritual detective energy, if you like, helping you to kind of do your research and really actually come across paths with the right people to actually help propel you forward, especially in relation to where you may have some kind of limitations or things that are holding you back, because there's a beautiful energy of healing that's coming through for you as well this month. And again, that scorpionic energy helping you to rise from the ashes, deep, profound sense of transformation coming in. And the Chariot says you're going to find a way forward, but only once you've come to terms with something and you've made that choice, that decision. Life is never going to look quite the same after November. It may feel for some of you subtle at first, but when you look back, you're going to actually realize that some of the bigger choices and decisions, the opportunities that presented themselves and you deciding which path to take, was really the beginning of your entire life transforming in a way that you probably can't see or even feel into fully at this moment in time. But remember, you are being stretched to new heights with this North Node working through your sign, and so it's important to allow that energy of expansion to happen. What we're looking at this month as a theme is a clarity of where we invest our energy. So that's going to come through to you crystal clear. You have a kind of green light opportunity for any big decisions, any investments, any launches, any new projects or initiatives, like signing up to anything is favorable almost the entirety of November. Even toward the end, the last couple of days has a whole host of like beautiful aspects that are really favorable to kind of making things happen and to seeing good results for things. We also, most importantly, have the 1111 portal coming in on the 11th. So what is that about? It's going to deliver you new activations. You're going to tap in to a different higher level of energy and frequency. It's about evolving to that next level in your own unique soul journey. You're going to be balancing out the divine masculine and feminine energies. There may be a strong emphasis for many of you around twin flame energy as we work through 7th house as well. But most importantly, it's a time to call your energy back, because with 7 of Cups, 5 of Wands, there's this indication for me it's being dissipated, either because you're getting caught up in conflict or somebody else's drama or issue, or that people are trying to almost kind of give you so many choices that they want to befuddle you. They want to make you feel unclear or uncertain. And this is where you have to make peace with, well, what is right for me? I've got to go a little bit deeper down. Otherwise the stress and the overwhelm can kind of shut you down and make you feel like you're not free, but that cage door is open and you are. So the judgment comes almost by virtue of the fact that you give yourself permission to say, like, I don't have to stay on this energy channel. I choose something more. I choose something different for myself. The Chariot brings us this powerful momentum movement forward. It's a cardinal energy. It links into Cancerian frequency. And so what we're looking at here is you carving a new road through terrain that is not even set up for it. You are trailblazing a path in regards to something, and there is a victory that comes with that. At this point, you have to make peace with the contradictions of the world right now, because what we can understand is that those contradictions create possibilities, and through those possibilities, there is a time for you to be able to seize opportunity. And then through that process, as you start to figure out who you are, so does everybody else, So don't question the order of events right now. You just need to seek to understand, what is my journey? What is my pathway through this? And you will be in control, even though at times it's going to feel like you are displaced and kind of struggling to kind of maintain a sense of normality at times, because things are going to be happening quickly, which means that there's sudden charges of productivity that are going to be available for you as well. And with that, you might be invited to be stretched out your comfort zone so that you can actually get a lot done in a very short period of time. Now, the Ten of Swords, again, we're saying, part of this process is going to be about what we leave behind, what we release, what we let go of. Some of that is going to be about our mental energies, in terms of where we drop into victimhood, where we start to look at our story and we're dissatisfied, we're unhappy, we feel judged, we feel it hasn't been fair. And at the same time, there's this acknowledgement that all of that garnered like this amazing experience and has given you this sense of resiliency and knowing that actually there is a place and a purpose for you. And right now you're getting closer to that than ever before. And that 1111 portal is a time for instant manifestation. Let's work that energy. Let's powerfully use it in order to be directed towards the things that you really want. There's also that closing of a chapter. And, again, like when we come into eclipse season, things can end, they can shift, they can change really suddenly. And we can feel to a certain degree like part of our world just caved in. But at the same time, like what is shown as a result of that, especially as we move into Sagittarius energy and it's kind of lit up for us, that bigger, broader horizon, that place of possibility where we learn something from a higher perspective that we could never have understood had we stayed in the confines of that particular dynamic experience or situation. So it's important that we kind of recognize that this is a fundamental aspect of how we move through the world. We learn, we develop, we grow, and therefore the contraction and the expansion means that there will be closing chapters. As the sun sets, the sun's going to rise somewhere else beautifully. But you can't stay like peering over that bridge, kind of wondering what's on the other side. They're going to keep showing up for you, Taurus. At some point, you're going to have to give yourself permission to just walk over and explore and see what's there. Now, the goddess energies are going to be working really beautifully with us this month. We've got Pallas Athena shifting direct in the sign of Pisces. And with that, we come to a new conclusion and understanding of a strategy that we can devote ourselves to, that we feel is good for us. Intuitively, it works for our energy. Empress coming in here just to remind you of the cyclical, seasonal nature of how things ebb and flow through life, but actually we can still maintain a sense of equilibrium to harness the energy and work the abundance and sit in a place of generosity and gratitude for actually what we are continuously giving birth to by way of our energy, our ideas, our love, our expression. And we also have Juno, the goddess of marriage, of contracts, partnerships, shifting direct in Capricorn. So that's both Juno and Venus in Capricorn. That's really powerful. We're going to be strongly looking at the themes of that earth sign in terms of how we commit both personally and professionally. There's going to be some important agreements made, unions formed, alliances coming together. And that for you is especially potent as we work in 7th house energy with Scorpio season. So you are going to come into contact with some people who are going to be very, very instrumental in terms of what happens next for you. And remember, I'm talking about this healing energy that's also this beautiful undercurrent coming through for you. So this is also giving you time to kind of come to terms with something and then give yourself permission to release or to let go. I think again that's that 10 of swords. It's kind of like there's no more for me here. Like I have to kind of admit defeat, but not in the way that I have lost, in a sense of like, okay, now I just need to give myself permission to move into the energy of all this goodness and abundance that's here. And Vesta on the 16th moves into the sign of Sagittarius, the goddess Vesta, of course, custodian of the inner flame, what drives us, what nurtures us and nourishes us. And, here she's going to help you to really embody your values and to keep walking your talk. And as you do that, there's a sense of success, a sweetness that comes to you with that nectar as you start to pollinate different areas of your life with the story that you are so bravely and completely now owning, coming into a sense of balance and wholeness within yourself. When the heart breaks, and if you have been experiencing that in any area of your life, it does show you with a sense of crystal clear clarity what it is that you really want. What it is that you really want. So what comes from that is a sense of truth and clarification. And there, at that point, we understand where to direct our energy. The other big theme that we're working with through the course of November, Taurus, is about our readiness to receive. We're asking for something. Is the environment ready to hold it? If we want a new relationship, do we have space in our life for it? If we want to bring a child into the world, like, are we prepared for that? If we want that level of abundance, is our kind of money story such that we're not going to sabotage or still feel we're in scarcity when it shows up? Will you enjoy the things that you say you want? Because the Six of Wands, the Empress, the Chariot, all of this energy is here. It's coming through for you in November to work with in a way that can serve you and your highest possibility in terms of what's on your journey right now. But we really need you to get into this understanding of what it's going to feel like to be prepared and ready to receive. And that also means looking at your nervous system, because so much of what has been unfolding has impacted on a trauma level repeatedly again and again and again. And, there's a resiliency, if you like, that's kind of been formed from that perspective that helps us to be more flexible and adapting to profound changes in our life at the moment. But at the same time, we also have to be doing all of the things behind the scenes that is the continuous kind of anchoring and giving that powerful foundation for that readiness of things starting to come in for you, okay? Like we said, when you know who you are, everybody else does. And I think that there's something really important coming through with this. And of course, Empress energy does link into your sign, Taurus. So there's something about you coming into a point in the month where you actually feel really at ease, really comfortable with the choices that you're making, with where you sit, with what's unfolding around you. Even if on paper it just looks like a hot mess. So don't worry about that. You're sinking into a deeper certainty of trust with the self. Now, your Hanged Man comes in here, if it causes delay to something that is on its way. This is how I feel, right? It's delay to something that is inevitable. So it's coming, it's just that it might be put back. So there isn't a sense of uncertainty as in, I have no clue if this is going to come together or not. It is going to come together, that, but it may be shifted. Now that shift might happen because there has to be a divine order of things. And so there may be something else that absolutely intrinsically needs to come into play in order to facilitate this in the best possible energy for you. So try not to be frustrated by it. Try to look at this as an understanding that says, I cannot affect what's going on outside of me, but I can 100% come back into my body, call my energy back home to source and figure out, is there an adjustment or a change I need to make within the self? That's going to be really important, okay? Because what it does, again, is it's in this preparation for receiving what's coming in. And, this understanding of the way that the cycles work, that's why your Empress energy is coming through here. She's like, look, there's got to be a right timing for all of this to happen. And when you withdraw your energy from being the backbone to everybody else's chaos or healing or demands, then you are going to actually have more available to you to be able to kind of work with and to kind of go deeper into the layers of. Again, Scorpio season wants you to do that. And this is important from a relationship perspective because we want to get the energy exchange right. We want to get that right for you. It's going to make a big difference personally and professionally for you. You are going to be making key decisions about, people that perhaps are it's not that they're no longer going to be a part of your life, but I feel like they start to become more on the outskirts, shall we say. That's what I think you're going to start to see a little bit more of happening in November. As you walk over that bridge, as you allow yourself to move forward, there will be people who will not join you. There will be people who are still invested in you, in your life, in, wanting to see you well. And this is the thing, it's not all coming through in a kind of negative connotation of like cutting cords and releasing what's toxic. There might be some of that for you, but really it's about also honoring the fact that this is the direction that I have to go to actually continue to make peace with what I feel is the right thing for me. And so, there may be a coming back together point with those people when there's a closeness that gets reignited again. But for now, there's something about the energy of this month where you just have to really kind of trust in where you're being pulled. And that pull is going to be profound, by the way. I don't think that you're going to have a sense of, feeling comfortable standing on that bridge, not wanting to cross it. You kind of look at the other side and you're like, I've got to get there. I have to be there. I know I have to get to this point. And so just kind of allow yourself to kind of sink into that, because it is going to make a difference as to what comes next in the chapter for you. So let's take a look and see how these oracle cards want to play out. Now, just a reminder, the eclipse season that's coming in with, the Taurus Scorpio axis was last in effect through 2012 to 2014. So you're going to have some similar themes. It's not necessarily a repeat. Don't worry if that was not a favorable time in your life, but, you are going to be dealing with similar energy in terms of like how you're being invited to change and to expand. So just keep that in mind. So this is the Moonology manifestation card, the next follow-up from Yasmin, and you have the first quarter moon in Cancer. Push through any insecurity. I think this is really down to that kind of Eight of Swords moment. It's like, I know I can do this. I know that this is what I want. I've just got to get over this hurdle. I've got to somehow find what it is within me that gives me the courage to kind of stand in the face of what feels like adversity right now, or what feels like overwhelm, or what feels like too much for me to handle. And I've got to keep going. And you will, Cancerian energy, cardinal, again, linking into that Chariot here for you, is just going to help you to feel your way forward. This is what I'm saying. It's not going to make necessarily logical sense. It might be tough for you as a earth sign that wants that practical, evidential energy that says, show me, then I'll sign up to it. Or, I need to kind of do the work and see the results, do the work, see the results. Well, this is a way of being, a way of working that, it's not taking over from that part of you, because that's a natural expression of your beautiful energy, Taurus, but it is coming in to balance it out. It's coming in to balance it out. So we are going to be able to push through and kind of cross over those bridges. And what comes from that is the success that you are seeking with things. Okay, so these are the Starcode Astro Oracle. Okay, you have a trine, sextile, symbiosis, beautiful. Well, this is like a really favourable aspect coming through astrologically speaking. It's interesting that we kind of have all these sort of white ribbons everywhere. Again, it just reminds me of all these sort of possibilities and choices that the Seven of Cups were showing up. But, they're coming in with alliances, with, unions and partnerships, all of which can be favourable. But you've got to be discerning. Perhaps there's going to be more than one way you can go, more than one option on the table for you. Choices can be a beautiful thing, but they can also kind of throw us into a stressful state. Yeah. But what we need to address is, how does it make my nervous system feel? Do I feel safe? Do I feel the oxygen like coursing through me? Does my mind feel like it's being stimulated? Do I feel like I have a voice here? Do I feel respected and seen and understood? Do I feel like I'm being kind of used as a pawn in a political game, so to speak? I mean, you're going to get a really clear read this month. And to be honest, with Venus going retrograde, it's probably something that will continue to sort of play out through December and January. I just think that, it is going to be one of those understanding people's roles, and watching and observing your own emotional reaction in relation to that through the course of this month. It's going to make a big difference on your sense of value and where you're going to take that and how it's going to impact on kind of the way that you start to manifest. It's just such powerful instant manifestation this month. I'll be very surprised, Taurus, if you don't create some amazing things on your timeline that have probably needed to come back into your focus now that all of the planets are in forward motion again. So something you're revisiting with a keener sense of understanding, a greater awareness, more of a deliberate determination. That Chariot for me is really showing me your deliberate determination. Oh, beautiful. You have Archangel Michael, heart of a warrior, divine protection, synchronicity. Oh, I think that's really just speaking for itself. Michael, of course, just standing so powerfully at your back, like just having your back, protecting you, clearing the path, helping you to cut ties, cut cords, calling your energy back in. Beautiful divine protection and an enormous amount of strength that's just like coursing through you to be able to cross over that bridge into a new land, a new chapter, take yourself on a new journey of possibility, knowing that you are being really divinely, celestially, angelically guided at this moment in time. It's really powerful. And I love that it's number 3 here, and also we have the 3 of the Empress, of course, that powerful number numerology, because the creativity, the generational aspect of that, something new is being birthed here for you, which is true in this North Node, in your sign over this next couple of years. This is your Dharma. This is a time when you get to tap into your potential and you're really taken to amazing new heights. This is a big month for you. You will look back, I promise, and you're going to see how it started to change everything. This is a general reading, Taurus. If you have a question that might not have come up in the main spread, and just think about that just now. We're going to pull a couple of cards for it, and we'll cover these off in the extended reading. I'm just going to go ahead and clarify the 5 of Wands now. What else do we need to know about the 5 of Wands? Page of Pentacles and the King of Cups. Another water energy showing here. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Okay, 2 of Wands with the 7 of Cups. There's just a need to make a plan, but so many options on the table. 5 of Swords. Justice. A lot of clarity coming through here. The Hierophant, of course, that links into your sign. I'm really liking you've got the Hierophant and the Empress and Archangel Michael. Like, you're not going to go wrong with these guides. They've got your back. 7 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles. Interesting. Here's the Lovers. That's these unions and partnerships, relationships that are showing up here. Lots of issues around loyalty. Oh, there's another Chariot. The Fairy Stallion is the Chariot. Beautiful. And 9 of Cups. Wow. Issues around trust and loyalty are really going to be forefront through November as well. 6 of Swords and Judgment. Oh, you have some heavy hitters this month. The Moon. Okay. There's that Scorpio energy with Death showing up. Okay, Page of Wands and the Devil. Gosh, you got a lot of major arcanas coming in here on your clarifiers. And yeah, another one, the Emperor. 6 of Wands again. Beautiful. Okay, Taurus, if you would like to join me for the extended version of the reading, we'll talk for another 20 minutes or so. We'll go into all of these messages and we'll do the reveal on your own personal question. You can find the link for that in the description box. You just need to click more on the arrow underneath the video and in the comment section. It's a way to support my channel as well. Be sure to check out your other signs, so sun, rising, moon, to get a really clear, comprehensive overview for this month in terms of your soul stories. Thanks for being here. If it's resonating for you, do let me know, and be sure to check back in when things start to make more sense as the energy unfolds. So I'm going to wish you beautiful blessings for this month. That lunar full moon eclipse in your sign, 27 degrees coming in, squaring Jupiter, trining Pluto. Beautiful energy to be working with for powerful transformative change in your life. I send you lots of love. You take care. If you're joining me on the extended, I'll see you there.